There are moments in history that make no sound, yet they quietly change the direction of civilization. For decades, global markets moved under the shadow of a single power, the US dollar. It represented stability, dominance, and control over the world's financial heartbeat. But time never stands still, and when time moves, power begins to shift. Across oceans and continents, global trade routes are being redrawn, silently, strategically. Every cargo shipment today carries more than goods. It carries the future balance of economic power. Central banks are rewriting their playbooks, preparing for a world that may no longer depend on one currency. Deep inside fortified vaults, gold is regaining attention as uncertainty grows in financial systems. Because when currencies begin to shake, humanity often returns to what feels real and permanent. On digital screens, flashing numbers are not just data, they are the hopes and fears of billions. When markets fall, it is not only graphs that collapse, confidence collapses with them. Technology has transformed finance into a battlefield of speed, where milliseconds decide winners and losers. In many Asian cities, digital payments have already replaced traditional cash transactions. New financial networks are connecting nations, bypassing old systems that once seemed untouchable. Energy resources, oil, gas, and renewables are becoming powerful bargaining tools in global negotiations. Strategic deals signed behind closed doors can reshape entire economies overnight. Ports, railways, and pipelines are no longer just infrastructure, they are silent instruments of influence. Meanwhile, inflation slowly enters ordinary homes, changing the rhythm of daily life. Families begin to feel the pressure of rising prices long before headlines explain the reasons. World leaders gather in high-security meetings, attempting to manage forces larger than any single nation. Inside data centers, endless rows of blinking servers process the flow of global money. Factories run day and night, automation replacing human hands in the race for efficiency. Production is accelerating, but so is competition between economic giants. Security systems grow stronger, encryption deeper, because trust has become the most valuable currency. And when trust begins to weaken, unrest begins to rise. Protests on the streets, uncertainty in the markets, fear spreading faster than information. Time itself feels faster now. Decisions that used to take years are now made in hours. Smart cities are emerging, powered by artificial intelligence and invisible financial algorithms. Autonomous transport systems, predictive logistics, hyper-connected urban lives. But behind technological progress, human anxiety continues to grow. Investors watch their screens, searching for stability in a storm of volatility. Energy platforms battle nature's fury, reminding us that resources still define global power. International summits produce agreements, yet hidden alliances often shape the real outcomes. Media narratives, analysts, digital creators all influence how the world understands economic change. Sometimes perception becomes stronger than reality itself. Old financial structures begin to show cracks as new systems rise from digital foundations. In rural markets, smartphones challenge centuries-old trading habits. Technology is no longer optional, it is survival. Secret negotiations continue in shadows, determining which nations will lead and which will follow. Economic storms arrive like lightning, sudden, powerful, impossible to ignore. When financial blackouts occur, clarity disappears along with confidence. Yet construction continues, new ports, new trade corridors, new opportunities. Human ambition refuses to slow down, even in uncertain times. a global countdown has already begun, marking the transition between economic eras. Symbols of authority begin to fall as traditional dominance faces unprecedented challenges. Currencies compete, alliances evolve, and the world searches for balance. Amid chaos, innovation continues to push boundaries beyond Earth itself. New wealth models emerge, combining digital assets, resources, and strategic positioning. Documents burn, systems reset, cycles repeat. Underground movements of finance reshape visible realities. Ambitions rise higher, like rockets escaping gravity, chasing limitless horizons. Elite circles discuss the future, far above the noise of everyday struggle. Meanwhile, small vendors adapt quickly, embracing digital change with surprising resilience. War rooms of strategy analyze shifting maps of influence. Storm clouds gather over financial capitals, testing the strength of global systems. Mega infrastructure projects signal confidence in a future still being written. The final moments of an era feel tense, silent, unpredictable. Old crowns shatter, but power never disappears, it only transforms. Eventually, the world stabilizes again, with new trade routes, new currencies, new leaders. The story of global finance is far from over, and those who understand change shape the future. Stay informed, stay prepared, with future predictions.